live streaming thing, and we've done it. 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 How is everybody doing out there? Are we having a nice time? Are we up to date? Are we live? Are we live? I can't tell. Stream says no. Stream says we're not live. Are we live on Twitch? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We are not live. Hello. Are we live? What about on the tube? Are we live on the tube? We're live on the tube. Let's go. The tube is live. That's a positive. We're live on the tube. Are we live anywhere else? Are we live over on the witch? What's up? What's up? I can't tell if we're live on the witch. Let's see if I refresh here. If we are live. Let's see. Let's see. Are we live? How's everybody doing, man? If you're over on TikTok, start dropping your questions. We'll talk some fantasy football here. We'll get everything going, and it'll be great. It'll be lovely. It'll be super, super fun. Let's see if I can get everything going in here and make sure that we're good to go. We are not. We are not live on the T-Witch. That is unfortunate. For some reason, it was saying we were, and I don't think we are. So we're going to have to troubleshoot just a little bit, gang. But no worries. No worries. Who should I pick up? Watson, Emmanuel Wilson, Mike Wilson, Sean Tucker. Probably Emmanuel Wilson, dude. I think with no Josh Jacobs now for at least the week to come, I think you've got a lot of great runway ahead with Wilson. Solid usage there. All my deadlines have happened. Now it's just time to pray for my contenders. Damn, I feel you, Isaac. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's early for trade deadlines, bro. I hold my trade deadlines till damn near right before the fantasy championship, to be completely frank with you. Let's see, Danny Dimes or Josh Allen. This one is going to be Josh Allen. Always Josh Allen, man. Thoughts on Ricky Pearsall this week? Probably going to be going a no-burger for Ricky. I'm not a big Ricky Pearsall guy, if you guys know me well. Definitely not a huge Ricky Pearsall guy. But you know what? I have been impressed with the usage we've been getting out of Sean Tucker, shockingly. So there's something for you. Let's see. It's amazing to have you back, bro. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Mikey. I know. It seemed like a lifetime, right? It was only a few days, too, which is crazy. I was gone for like 5 days. Mikey, bro, you want to do me a favor, man? Can you go check if I'm working on the Purple app? For some reason, I wasn't getting responses there, and I am seeing me on YouTube. Yes, live on Twitch. Got the notification. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I am good on YouTube, Mikey, or on Twitch. You're saying, Mikey. Double check for me though, man. For some reason, I wasn't getting it. And Mikey, man, I'm gonna have to touch base with you a bit and see what the deal is, because like my chat isn't syncing right on Meld Studio, and I don't know why. It used to work perfectly and now it's not, so we're definitely gonna have to run some stuff. I've got Ice Cream NFL asking, what are my records in most leagues right now? That's a great question, man. Let's just do an accountability check, DPC accountability check. Okay, here you go. You can see right here, I'm 9-2 in this league. These are all gonna be Dynasty leagues, by the way, guys. I'm 7-4 in this league. I am 10-1 in this league. I am 18-4 in this league, and if you're wondering how I'm 18-4, it's because it's a league median. If you don't know what league median is, that means you play 2 matchups every week, one against the people that you're playing against, and one against the league median of the entire league score. This league I am 11-0 in, probably my best league. This league I'm 7-4. This league I'm a rebuilding team and I'm 3-8. This league I'm 8-3. This is our chopped league and I'm still alive. And then in this other dynasty I'm 9-2. So to be frank, I am doing pretty damn well. There is one league I'm rebuilding in, and that is it. Show your best team. Sure, man. If we're talking dynasty, I would say my best dynasty team is probably this team. Josh Allen, CMC, Rico Dowdle, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Nico Collins, Devontae Adams, Trey McBride, Xavier Worthy, Saquon Barkley, CJ Stroud. I've also lost Cam Scadaboo. Lad McConkey's on bye. Garrett Wilson's on IR. Evan Ingram, Elijah Arroyo. This is a tight end premium league. I also lost Tyreek Hill early on in the season. I still have a first this year and then 2 firsts in 2027. So this is definitely a solid team of mine. I would say this team is also really good. This is a start 11 Dynasty team, super flex. So Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Amon-Ra St. Brown, George Kittle, Jake Ferguson, Devontae Adams, Rico Dowdle, Stephon Diggs, Bo Nix, and Tua are both on bye. On the bench, we've got Kamara, Montgomery, Stevenson, Algier, Warren, Sutton, Jacoby Myers, and A.J. Barner. And then I don't have any firsts this year, but I do have 227 firsts. So these are probably some of my favorite teams. But I've got a lot of good squads, to be honest. There's a lot of teams I've built that I'm pretty happy with right now. So no issues there. I could start ripping some chat questions. Yeah, Mikey, I am not getting any of my chats syncing, unfortunately, like on Meld. So we're definitely going to have to look into that more, man, because it's just a bummer. Like, I should be able to run this chat a lot better than it's going right now. And also, just in general, I can't even see the Twitch chat. So I'm kind of blind on Twitch questions right now. Like, let me see if I can get this going. I just don't think I can, dude. It's just not working. So, like, I'm not sure how to have it show up correctly here. Yeah, it says connecting to chat, but it's like not pulling up, which is very weird. So, yeah, Mikey, you might need your help here. Skip the Meld chat, it stops working. Yeah, okay, Jackson here. Thank you, Jack. Sorry, I went out of town for a second. I came back, and I've been trying to reconnect everything, and Meld is just not working. Ground control for chat hasn't failed me yet. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to look into that, man, because we are, went out of town for a bit. We came back, and suddenly things are not working the way that they were working before. So appreciate Jack over here, man. Wesley, what's up, man? He says, start Mooney or Michael Wilson. I think you're going to go Michael Wilson here, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I have a lot more faith in Jacoby Brissett than I do in Kirk Cousins. In fact, guys, it sounds crazy, but, Jacoby Brissett, since he got the start here, like, let's just review, okay? It's been actually pretty wild to just watch, guys, but he's had top quarterback finishes every single week. Like, he's given you top 10 quarterback production every single week. Like, it is really, really wild. Like, 24 points, 23 points, 28 points, 22 points, 25 points. So, like, if you're talking about a guy that I am genuinely just trusting at this point, especially against a Jacksonville team next that, like, has absolutely been letting up plenty of yards, I have absolutely no issues with it at all. Let's see. Yeah, Jack, dude, you'll be happy to see, too, if you're still in the chat, man. I'm finally coming up in this world. I finally got myself a mic extender. The arm is clipped to my desk. Now I've saved my neck from hunching over about 4 hours a day. And let me tell you, it was definitely not going well. It was definitely very painful, and I was not enjoying it at all. So, yeah, this has been a huge come up for your boy. Slowly but surely, man. I got the mic arm. We're in business. Finally had to switch over. DPC still not profitable, boys, but we are barely enough here to get myself a mic arm. So let's get pumped. Let's get fucking pumped. Okay. All right. I got Whiskey Stones out here. Sorry, guys, also if I sound a little low energy right now. I just got back from officiating my sister's wedding in Mexico last week, and Montezuma's revenge took full toll on your boy, okay? Like, not going to TMI you guys, but the Mexican food took me down hard. I've been out of commission for days here. So are we starting Purdy, Stafford, or Brissett? I think I'm going to go with Stafford here. I like, he's just playing at too high of a level right now, and the Rams are so consistent. Diff is saying give Tet for Judkins. No, I'm probably just going to hold Tet, man. I think you've finally seen, like, the Tet break out here, and I love it. I've got Michael Pittman or Jalen Waddle. Ironically, that's a question that I made a video on just the other day for Dynasty. And me and Evan from The Long Game, if you guys haven't checked him out over on TikTok, he's an awesome follow as well. doing the Dynasty trade show together a lot on YouTube lately. He took Waddle. I took Pittman. I think I just trust Pittman's situation a bit more with Danny Dimes here than I do trust Jalen Waddle. I think the Dolphins are going to have essentially a teardown this offseason, and that team's going to be looking a hell of a lot different after the fact. Mikey saying Baker or Brissett. That one you got to go Baker. I think I'll just take Baker there. I've got Anyik saying I traded Juwan Johnson for Kamara and Bauer. Sorry, Juwan Johnson and Kamara for Bowers. Did I win? Yeah, you got a W there. I think that's a big W. Whiskey Stones. What's up, Whiskey Stones? He says Etienne or Williams in the flex this week. To be honest, man, I'm going to be going with Williams. If it's Kyron, if it's Javonte, it don't make no difference to me. I trust the Williams brothers out there to get it done. So that's the direction I'd be leaning here. I've got Dan over here saying Jacoby Brissett or Jared Lawrence. No, give me Jacoby Brissett, man. Jacoby Brissett. Matt 2K, what's up, Matt? He says start DK or Breece Hall or Alec Pierce. I'm gonna take Breece Hall on this one. You got Tyrod Taylor coming in here, gonna take over the start. Now I don't know if that really helps the offense too much more, because I don't think that Tyrod Taylor is a hell of a lot better than Justin Fields. But I'm just gonna take it here. Billy, man, what's up? Thank you for the follow, guys. If you guys are dropping follows, I can go ahead and pin your comments up nice and easy here. We've got Billy saying K9 and Keon Coleman for Aaron Jones. Honestly, man, I'm just going to hold K9 here. I think K9's he'll be fine. I think he's starting to get a bit more workload, and I think Mike McDonald is recognizing that. As your resident Seahawks insider here, guys, you did have Mike McDonald come out this week after the performance and say Ken Walker has shown he definitely deserves more of the snap percentage, so I think hopefully you will be seeing more Ken Walker in your future. I've got Isaac saying, upset about Genty. Personally, I think he's behind the worst O-line ever. I don't disagree with you. If you guys watched the Raiders game this week in primetime the other night, that was my main takeaway, is just that, yes, Geno Smith is not great. He's not playing fantastic. But at the same time, it's really not on Geno. Like, the amount of pressure that offensive line lets through on every single play is just abysmal. And as someone who was a longtime Seattle Seahawks fan and watched Geno Smith play behind a pretty terrible offensive line, I think you can see how much worse the Raiders line is, because at least on the Seahawks, Geno did have the ability to at least complete passes and get the ball moving downfield. Like, the one thing I will say about Geno Smith, especially being a Seahawks fan and watching him all those years, was that Geno Smith is terrible under pressure. Like, his decision-making under pressure is awful. And so, behind this Raiders line, it's just getting exacerbated to the nth degree, because it is really bad. It is really bad. Start Tyrod Taylor or a needle. We're going to go with Tyrod Taylor there, but it's not great. We got Boutte or Tez Johnson at the flex. This one I'm going to give you Tez Johnson, man. I think Tez Johnson has been quietly putting up some very, very good numbers. And if you are a wide receiver needy team right about now, I have absolutely no issue with you just riding the Tez Johnson train. He's been productive, and I can't be mad about it. And, Sterling Shepard, he's been fine too. Like, it's not been great, but he's been fine. Who's been impressive to me is Mac Hollins, man. Mac Hollins is giving you back-to-back, flex-worthy starts, and it's been lovely for your deeper formats here. I've got Spence saying, yo, I traded Josh Allen for Flacco and T, banking on Burrow coming back. What? Wait, you did what, Spence? That does not make sense, man. What the hell? Start Jalen Warren. Here's the thing, man. I don't think Jalen Warren's going to play this week. I know he said he probably could have come in and played at the end of the last week's game, but I don't know if they need to start him this week, so I would just be monitoring your injury reports. If you don't have a good place to do that, man, just hop over into the Discord. Totally free to join. We got injury updates that go out every day, so hopefully we can keep you in the know there. I've got Angel in here saying this guy wants to give me Amon-Ra for George Kittle and Alec Pierce. Is that a fair IDK? I would be taking the Amon-Ra side here. So you're definitely not going to be giving Amon-Ra for Alec Pierce. Like, Alec Pierce is a very boom-bust player. Alec Pierce is essentially Jameson Williams in a Colts uniform. Okay, he's either going to get you 19 points on a deep catch, like Jameson Williams does, like we're talking about right here, or he's just going to fade into oblivion and give you 0, give you 2 points, 5 points, 6 points. Like Jameson Williams is extremely boom bust. So, JJ, thanks for the follow, man. Philip, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you guys. I'll pin you up if you're following, and we'll get to answering some of your questions here. Got Philip saying Adunze or Chase Brown at the flex. Personally, man, I'm going to go Chase Brown. I think Adunze, unfortunately, has just become a bit too boom bust for me as well. And I am still a very, very long-term believer in Rome Odunze as far as Dynasty fantasy football goes. Loved his prospect profile coming out of Washington and still think he has tons of upside. I just think in the immediate, Chase Brown is giving you a bit more production, And I think you've been able to see consistent numbers from Chase Brown at this point. Puts up another 20 points this week. He's been averaging over 20 points a game, in the last few weeks. So, all right, I got Winky Danks in here. What's up, man? You're a longtime follower. Gonna pin you up. If you guys aren't following already, just drop a quick follow. We'll pin up your comments, start to answer some questions. If you guys haven't checked me out over on the T-Witch or on the Tube, go ahead and check me out over there. Your viewing experiences are probably gonna be a lot better. And if you haven't checked out the trade show already each week, that's really what we're working on the hardest right now, guys, is getting all your questions answered every week for the trade show. I got Winky Dank saying, just traded a late first and the 201 for Saquon. I think that's a great deal. I think you're still going to get 2 to 3 really good years out of Barkley here, and a late first and early second in next year's draft just can't give you the same kind of return. So I like that. Dylan says DK and Woody or Devontae Adams. I'll take the Devontae Adams side here pretty comfortably, to be completely frank with you. We've got Sell London. I'm 5-6. Yeah, if you're 5-6, I'm fine selling Drake London. Split the asset, see if you can turn your season around a little bit here. I got Eli in here saying Luther Burden, Parker Washington, or Boutte. Yeah, man, probably going to go with Parker Washington. I don't love any of these options, but I'll give you Parker here. Matt says, is there a waiver wire quarterback that you would start over Hurts this week? No. I don't know why we're trying to move off starting guys that are still top 10 quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is what, QB 7? I mean, we can fact check me here, but yep, there you go. It's almost like I do this all the time. QB 7. I think if he's a top 10 guy, you just plug and play him. Don't overthink it. I'm not getting cute. Trying to play matchup games. I've got LA in here saying Alec Pierce, Jennings, or Marks. To be frank, I'm probably going to roll with Juwan Jennings here. I like the Niners matchup, so I think that's just kind of the way I'm leaning. Hagen, what's up, Hagen? Hagen says JT, Nico Collins for JJ, Woody Marks, Mahomes, and Derrick Henry. I'll just take the JT side. To be frank, I'm not gonna mess around with it too much. I don't think there's a single player over JT that I would want more in fantasy football right now. Him and Christian McCaffrey are going to be the guys that are going to win you leagues here. So I think that's the direction we're going with there, and I feel pretty confident about it. So all good on that front. All good on the Western front here. Let me see if I can twist this mic a little bit so it's nice and clear. Mikey, how's my audio sound, by the way, with this new mic arm? Everything all good? You can hear me all right and getting picked up nice and clean? Not too loud, not too quiet. I've got Miguel saying Jameson Williams or Troy Franklin rest of the season. Now, this is a great question. I am going to take the Troy Franklin side here. And I know it might sound a bit reactionary, but guys, Troy Franklin is quietly sitting at wide receiver 24 on the season. He's playing very consistently. His snap percentage is high. His target volume is consistent. I really like the upside of Troy Franklin, not to mention 22 years old, chemistry with Bo Nix continuing to grow off of their time in Oregon together. So I really like what I'm seeing out of Troy Franklin. Mikey says, sounds crispy. Right on, man. Right on. Thank you, Mikey. Mikey says, by the way, in Alpha, there's 2 teams with the most points for facing off this week. Ooh, that's exciting. We got some solid matchups coming up in our listener leagues this week. My listener league, one of the OG listener leagues this week, I just pulled out a massive W to take down my number 2 seed. I'm the 1 seed right now, and that Jake Ferguson performance saved me on Monday Night Football. So feeling pretty good about it. I got Brissett or Darnold this week. Now here's the thing, man. I'm actually going to take Sam Darnold in a bounce back game. I do think this Seattle Seahawks team is still extremely solid, and obviously last week was not Sam Darnold's shining performance. He was out here seeing ghosts again, But I do think he's going to come back and try to clap back with a fury here. So, Anade, what's up, Anade? He says, following Matt, is there a better option for QB than Mahomes? He did me dirty. No, I think you're just going to play Mahomes. I'm good. Scruff says Brissett or Darnold. I did say Darnold, man. I said Darnold. Juju is in here saying, do I drop love for Brissett? I have Knicks on bye and Burrow. Yeah, I'd do this. I'd do this personally. I think it's fine. I think I think I'm good here. Like, Jordan Love hasn't shown me enough consistency. Calvatron saying AJ Barney looking better as the season goes on. You know what, man? I couldn't agree more. I play in a lot of tight end premium leagues in Dynasty, and I'm just telling you guys right now, this Seattle Seahawks team, like, they love A.J. Barner. They absolutely love A.J. Barner, not only from just, like, how they want to use him, but what he brings to the locker room. You've probably seen, but he gets the tush-push snaps, and they even have a name for it. They call it the barnyard, because A.J. Barner to get up 1 yard on the tush-push. But I'm telling you, man, like, A.J. Barner is a great Dynasty buy. You know, everyone wants to talk about Elijah Arroyo, but I think A.J. Barner has a ton of upside. You know, his snap percentage is through the roof. They use him on gadget plays. He's a great pass catcher. He's really come out and emerged as one of the top options in Seattle on a pretty high-powered offense. So I kind of love it. I love what I'm seeing out of A.J. Barner here. I've got Scruff saying Woody or Diggs this week. This one for me is going to be Diggs, man. I think Diggs has shown you too much to ignore at this point. Diggs is a solid wide receiver 2 rest of the season here. Romeo says, I give up London, Lamar, and Myers for Waddle and T. Higgins. It's a tough one because I know Drake London's probably going to miss a week or so here. This is going to be a no. I think I'm just going to hold the Lamar and London side, man. I think it's not, you're not getting enough. Like, you're not getting enough here. Although T. Higgins is going to have a great week because Jamar's out. But, you know, short-term results here. Jayanth? What's up, Jayanth? Trade away Henderson for Tet or maybe Nico. Any other suggestions? Redraft. No worries, man. Trade away Henderson for Tet. I would do Henderson for Tet personally. I'd do it for either. Honestly, I'd take Nico or Tet here. I think Mike Vrabel's going to go back to splitting the touches and it's going to piss us all off. So if it's redraft, I'd be fine taking either. I'd probably be a tiny bit more comfortable with Tet, but you know, him and Nico are pretty similar, to be frank. Guys, if you're not already following and it's your first time here, would greatly appreciate your support. If you go ahead and drop a follow, I can pin your comments up like this and answer them a little bit easier. If you haven't checked me out over on YouTube or on Twitch, would love to have you guys come visit the pages over there. Drop a little subscribe or a follow. Help me grow across platforms here. Check out the trade show that I've been doing every week with a special guest for you guys so we can break down your trades in more depth. Something I'm trying to grow real good. Bring you guys something more consistent, long form. So just some support over there would be awesome. Got Canoe over here saying, I got Gadsden on bye, Fannin on the bench. What are some better options for this week that you'd suggest? Yeah, man, I think when we talk about tight ends, you know, I mentioned AJ Barner. I think he's a good one. On top of that, I'm really loving what I'm seeing out of Dalton Schultz, man. Like, quietly, Dalton Schultz is up to tight end 9 on the season. You know, I've been a long-term Dalton Schultz lover, and I know I've taken a lot of heat and flack for it on this channel. But I was a believer as throughout the first, you know, half of the season here, he wasn't doing a lot for you. But, you know, the lack of pass catching options for the Texans and the amount they're dishing the ball these days has definitely got me more inclined to just start playing Dalton Schultz on a weekly basis. To be also frank with you, man, it looks like Darnell Washington's finally getting a bit of usage here in Pittsburgh, and he looks like an absolute menace when he has the ball in his hands. So, you know, I think, like, if you're looking for some streaming options, those aren't some bad ones for you. You should have some decent options. I got your shopping cart here saying Waddle and Etienne for Kyron and Chase Brown. I'm probably going to take the Waddle side here. But I think it's pretty fair, honestly. I mean, Kyron and Chase Brown is not a bad package at all. Let's see. The Coob Bros. What's up, Coob Bros? The Coob Bros are saying, in week 2, I traded away Kupp and Dobbs for Pickens. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know, guys, it's not often that I come on because I like to come on and talk about some of the things I'm right about. Something I was off on, man, is I was pretty down on George Pickens this offseason from a dynasty perspective. Didn't love the lack of contract insulation. Didn't love the competition with CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson already, but been proven humbly wrong here. George Pickens looks like a top option in the league, and he's playing fantastic. And I'm definitely going to reevaluate my opinion on George Pickens, especially if he gets extended in Dallas here, just because it looks like him and Dak got something really good going, and it's exciting to see. So, I will say that was one of my worst takes this season was not being a George Pickens believer. So, Isaac says Aaron Jones and Michael Pittman for Woody Marks and Jameson Williams. Quite frankly, man, I think I'm going to take the Michael Pittman side so comfortably here. I just don't think that you're going to get me to go to a Jameson Williams who's pretty boom bust and move off Michael Pittman who's been, very consistent for you. Emil says, what am I doing with Ladd? Hold or trade for who? You're just holding, man. I think Ladd has his up and down weeks for sure. Started the season not so hot, hit a nice stretch here, and then now, is being a tiny bit less productive than he's been in recent memory. Now, I'm not panicking on Ladd McConkey. He's obviously got plenty of upside and still a very talented receiver, so I got no issues there. Let's see. I've got Seabass over here saying JMO and Chase Brown for Josh Jacobs. Let's see. JMO and Chase Brown for Josh Jacobs. I'll take the Josh Jacobs side here. Damn, dude. Mikey, I am still unable to sync with my Twitch chat, and I think I'm just missing every question over there right now. So I wonder if there's a way for me to monitor this chat better here. I don't know how to do this. Let's work on it tomorrow. Sure, Mikey. How do I even see any questions in there right now? I guess I can't. Sorry. If you're watching on Twitch, I can't get to your questions tonight. Sorry, guys. I just can't have it up. Let's see. Josh Jacobs is hurt. I'm aware Josh Jacobs is hurt, but they did say it's probably going to be week to week. I would say that Josh Jacobs will be coming back in a little bit. Why does it say in Sleeper Chuba is RB1? What do you mean Chuba is RB1? I don't see that. Where are you seeing this? I don't see that. Okay. Let's see. I've got Juju in here saying, would you give Amon-Ra for CeeDee Lamb and Jameson Williams? Yeah, I probably would. If you need depth, I'm fine with this one. Let's see. Shane says Ladd for Judkins. I have JJ, Amon-Ra. Yeah, okay. Yes, I will do this deal. I think if you're getting Judkins back, I'm totally fine with that. Gadsden's schedule is looking pretty rough. To be frank, man, I think Gadsden is more of a long-term buy than immediate production. And I know he had a nice, spike here and was giving you guys consistent week in, week out, production here for a few weeks. But I do think I'm not thinking that he's going to be able to maintain this level. Now, Las Vegas looks good. Philly will be definitely a lot tougher. KC, Dallas will be a nice little boost. Houston will be fine. But we'll see. If you guys are over on TikTok watching, go ahead, drop a quick follow, and I'll pin some of your comments up here, and we can answer some of them. If you guys haven't checked me out over on the tube that's made for you, go ahead and hop on over there. Your viewing experience is gonna be great. We'd love to have you over there. I got Elote here saying start Purdy or Baker, start T-Mac or Ibuka. Yeah, let's go first. I'm going to go Baker, and second, I'm going to go T-Mac. And I know it sounds weird because you could get the stack, but I just trust Tet a bit more here. General Bisk, what's up, General? He says, do you think Jackson Dart will play this week? Are the Colts going to stop playing Jonathan Taylor? No. Why would you stop playing Jonathan Taylor? They will keep rolling with JT, and I don't know if Jackson Dart's going to play yet. He hasn't cleared protocol, so far I'm expecting not. But there's a possibility that they do roll them out, so we will see. But I don't think they're going to risk anything at this stage. Their season is a little bit beyond them. I've got Luis saying, is Ravens a good defense for Week 12? Well, let's go ahead and see now, won't we? Ravens are playing against the New York Jets in Week 12. Yes, the Ravens defense should be wildly productive. Spence, what's up, man? He says, in redraft, drop Manungai or Dobbs. I have great wide receiver depth. Then you're dropping Dobbs. I think here's the thing, man. Like, anytime you have a chance to just stack running backs going into the playoffs and you have wide receivers already, I think you do so. Because, like, finding wide receivers that are on the waiver wire or, like, making a trade for a productive wide receiver is so much easier to get done than making trades for running backs. Running backs are just always in such high demand. So I just think, yeah, totally. If that's possible, then you do it. Hey, looks like my T-Witch strat is finally sinking. And I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. What's up, Dilfsack? Thanks for coming through, man. Sorry if I didn't get to your questions. I don't know if you're still in here, bro. He says, trade Javonte, Ladd, and Dart for Puka. If I have Lamar, Saquon, and Hampton coming back. Yes, I'll do this deal. Give me the Puka side, upgrade, and you'll be good to go. All right. I've got Gadsden or Zach Ertz rest of the season. I think you got to take Zach Ertz, man. I know it's probably not the most popular opinion because everyone thinks Zach Ertz is old, but the truth of the matter is Zach Ertz is giving you, top 10 production here. I guess whatever, he's tight on 11. Top 10 production here, and he's been consistent. Not to mention, as we roll through the season with Marcus Mariota here, typically backup quarterbacks love to use tight ends as their safety blankets. You've seen in the 2 starts Mariota's given you that Zach Ertz is running a high percentage of snaps comparatively to where he was before, averaging over 76%, and has given you double-digit finishes on both weeks. So I like Zach Ertz here. Harper, what's up, man? Harper says, I just traded Jameer, Judkins, Rice, and Hurts for Lamar, CMC, and Jamar. Yeah, love that trade. Love that trade a lot, okay? Because they want to save Jonathan Taylor for playoffs. No, I don't think they're worried as much about that, man. I think they want to take what they can in the AFC and give themselves the best seed, and they're going to roll with their team, I've got Bradley saying, rebuild Dynasty trade. What's up, Bradley? Bradley, are you in the Discord already, man? If you got Dynasty trades, man, hop in the Discord. Let's talk about it in the Dynasty Trade Center. That'll be awesome to have you. Send me a direct message on TikTok here if you're not already, and I'll get you an invite link. It says, rebuild Dynasty. Jamar Chase. Trade Jamar Chase and Flacco for Burden, Darnold, 26 4th, 26 6th, 27 1st, and 28 1st. I don't love this, honestly. Like, I think the lack I'm having here is Luther Burden. If this was Garrett Wilson, I would do it. That's just kind of where I'm at. If this is Garrett Wilson, like, if you could get even Jordan Addison here, I'd probably be okay doing it, because I do view Darnold as a first, and then you're getting 2 firsts, 27, 28, so fine. You're getting 3 firsts for Jamar Chase. Flacco doesn't really mean anything here, but fine. You're getting a 4th and a 6th. That's kind of where I'm at. So I think if you could get that changed to just a receiver I like a bit more, I'd feel a lot better about it. So that's where I'm at, though. That's where I'm at with everything there. What's up? Third Eye over on YouTube. How's everybody doing, man? He says, in PPR, need London replacement for the rest of the season. Add Boutte, Christian Watson, or Michael Wilson. Honestly, man, I think I'm going Christian Watson here. I've really liked what I've seen out of Christian Watson these days. So, that's kind of where I'm at. I think the funny thing about Christian Watson that kind of pissed me off a bit is that I really loved his prospect profile coming out of college. I thought he had a ton of upside. Loved his deep threat ability. And so, yeah. Bradley, are you in the Discord, man? Come hop in the Dynasty Trade Center, man. We'd love to have you. Okay. I've got a J-Bone. What's up, J-Bone? PPR redraft 12-man. Sell high on Tetaroa. I also have Rome, JSN, Achan, Etienne, Jones, Senior, and Hampton. No, I'm not selling high on Tet. Tet's legit. Like, this isn't smoke and mirrors from Tetaroa McMillan, guys. Like, I was saying just 2-3 weeks ago on this live, and people that were around listening, you guys all remember me beating my chest like a broken drum over here saying Tedero McMillan is the better receiver over Ibuka. He will finish higher than him. He's given you better production so far this season, just less touchdowns. The numbers will come up, and they will prove that he is the better fantasy asset to own. And a lot of people were out there being like, it's blasphemous. Ibuka's so much better. He's not. You're witnessing it. I mean, Ted is a better player, and over time, it's going to come back to the mean here. So you will see. You will see. Brandoni says, do you think Cardinals wide receiver Wilson will put up 16 points consistently? No. I think that's expecting too much from the man. Now, I do think, is he an upside flex play? Absolutely. That's a realistic possibility. But no, I don't think I'm expecting that kind of production out of him. Isaac says, do you still think Jonathan Taylor will produce with the schedule coming up? Yes, I do. I'm really not worried about some of the best players in the league, guys. I think it's like, if we're talking about, hey, do I think Trey Benson is going to be a top 5 running back? No. Do I think Jonathan Taylor is going to maintain his ability? Yes. Absolutely. Jay is out here saying, Kamara, Henderson, Swift start too. Yeah, honestly, man, probably going to go with Kamara and Swift. I know it sounds rough to bench Henderson off the performances he's coming off of, but Mike Vrabel didn't even seem excited about it in his damn press conference this week. He just wanted to point out everything he did wrong. It just sounds like a guy that's going back to Ramondre, which was annoying. So maybe I'm just being guarded. Angel says, would you trade JT for Cook and Ladd? No. If this was James Cook and Tet, yeah. If this is James Cook and Devontae Adams, yes. But I think Ladd's a little too bust for my taste. I've got a nade in here saying, here's the trade. Tet for A.J. Brown and Amari Hampton, yes or no? Yeah, that's a yes. I mean, if you're going to get Hampton before he comes back here and you're a running back needy team, I'll say yes. Let's see. How do I think Trey Benson will do? Well, if Trey Benson's going to get the first full workload, he should be, a high upside RB2 play. Jacoby's got the offense rolling pretty well, and, he is dishing the ball down to running backs. So I think Trey Benson, he'll have upside here, especially since he's very fast in the open field. Trey Benson's definitely got upside with the speed. So I think Trey Benson could be a decent play this week. I've got Burrito Master saying, outside of Mac Jones, Tyrod Taylor, any backup quarterbacks to consider stashing that could be starters for next season? Yeah, I mean, you probably already got most of them here, man. Mac Jones is my biggest buy right now. I do think Mac Jones will definitely be a starter somewhere next year, and from a Dynasty Superflex perspective, couldn't be a better time to buy and stash him just because he's cheap and, definitely going to give you more upside today or tomorrow than he's going to give you today. So I think I'm really just thinking Mac Jones here. I think outside of that, not a lot of other names are making me excited, to be completely frank with you. So now I'm probably just going to stick there. Third Eye said, any hope of Trey Benson when he returns? Yeah. Like I was saying, I think Trey Benson's got upside. Maybe not a ton, but I think he's got upside for sure. All right, if you're watching over on TikTok, drop some follows here, guys. I'll pin some of these comments up so I can get to them pretty quick here. If you haven't already checked me out over on the Tube or on Twitch, go ahead and hop on over there. It's going to be a great place to be. But just appreciate your guys' support. I've got L. Crits saying, I get Hurts, Genty, Keenan Allen, trade away BTJ, Sam Darnold, Kamara. Yeah, I'm good with this. I think you're buying Ash and Genty on the low, so I'm fine with that. BX, what's up, BX? Long-time supporter here. He says, I won myself a signed Loveland orange jersey today, so hyped to get it. Hell yeah, man. That's freaking awesome. Where'd you get that? That's awesome. I'm pumped for you. I got Spence's Goods here saying, do I pick up Sean Tucker or Emmanuel Wilson? Honestly, man, I'd go with Emmanuel Wilson. I do think between Bucky and Rashad there, you're just dealing with kind of a crowded room versus, I do think that, in general, that Emmanuel Wilson should be seeing a pretty good amount of usage this week. Let's see. Billy, what's up, Billy? Billy says, would you do K9 for Henderson? Potentially. Honestly, man, I know this is going to sound bad. I'm still more of a believer in Kenneth Walker for the rest of the season. I know he's not shown you a ton to prove that so far, but I do just feel like the Seattle Seahawks, their schedule is pretty friendly to running backs here. I mean, obviously you got Tennessee this week, so you know they're going to run the ball. Then you get Minnesota, who's been letting up tons of points. Then you get Atlanta, also not been a good running defense. Then you get two tough ones, right? You get the Colts and the Rams, but against the Rams this last week, Kenneth Walker gives you 21 points. So I can't say you can't get it done. And then you get Carolina in Week 17 for the fantasy championships. I think I'm going to roll with K9 here, man. I'm going to roll with K9. I know I'm going to sound like a homer, but I'm just going to do it. Mac Jones for a fourth. Damn good deal. Yeah, Swaggy, dude. Swaggy loves to take his victory laps around me right now because he's made me do some pretty bad trades with him this year. Swaggy's just a good negotiator over here, you know. And you know what else he's really good at? He's really good at listening to my takes, which are genius. And since most every player I've said is going to be good is good, and then he just preys on me, and then he makes me trade them away to him, and I do it. And I can't complain too much about it because I am 9-2, and I'm probably going to win this league. But you know what? Swaggy's just stashing all my guys, you know. But like a true loyal follower, Swaggy he absorbs the information, he internalizes it, and he gets it done. And I can respect that. You guys could all learn a thing or two from Swaggy, you know. Like, internalize what I say and get the deals done. Because my boy gets the fucking deals done. Let me tell you that, okay? Brandooney says, with that being said, Christian Watson or Michael Wilson? I'm going to go Christian Watson still. I just like Christian Watson better. More talented player, in my opinion. Matt 4, thank you for sharing the live, man. Appreciate you. All right, I got Caden out here saying, I get Olave for Brees. Yeah, I would take Olave here. I'd take Olave. Should I go Gibbs for Achane? Yeah, I would go the Achane side personally. So, you know, give me Achane here. Would you rather rest of the season Devonta Smith or Rome? Probably Devonta Smith. You know, I know it sounds crazy because of how hot Rome started, and I still love Ramadunze. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, Devonta Smith he's playing too well right now, and I do think he's the alpha in Philadelphia at this point. Running back waiver wire priority. I mean, if people got skittish and dropped Trey Benson, he's probably like one of the few guys that you were taking a swing on here. I mean, crazy enough, Devin Singletary's been giving you some really solid production the last couple weeks. So if he's still out on your waiver wire, it might not be a bad pickup here. I think outside of that, you know, if Baishal Tutin's out on your waiver wire, he's been giving you some numbers these last few weeks. And talk about a favorable schedule, at least 3 of the next 4 weeks. He gets Arizona, Tennessee, and then the New York Jets. And then he gets to play Tennessee at the end of the season again. So, you know, I think pretty solid, you know, option right there. Let's see. My little bro's first year, he made his first trade. And trade Bucky and DK for Tet and Sharp. Still has Gibbs. Yeah, that's fine. I'm all right with that. Does Bucky play this week? Does Jacobs play? What about Benson? Yeah, man, we're monitoring all of our injury updates in the Discord right now. So if you guys aren't already in there, let's make sure you hop on over to the Discord. We'll keep you guys up to date with everything going on, and I can help you with your trades a little bit better in there. So dynastypricecheck.com. Go to the website. It's pinned on my TikTok profile here if that's where you're watching. And just click join free Discord. You'll get right on in, or just send me a direct message and I'll send you an invite link. But for these ones, I don't think Bucky's gonna play. I don't think Jacobs is gonna play, and I think Trey Benson is fringe. So that's where I'm standing with it. I'm not betting on anything so far. P, thank you for the follow, man. I'll pin your comment up because of that. If you guys aren't already following, make sure you drop a quick follow here, and I'll pin your comments up. We'll get the questions answered. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Jay says Josh Allen for Buka and Manungai. I'm just gonna go with the Josh Allen side here and just take my stud quarterback. Okay. Let's see. Are we trading ETN for Saquon? Yes. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I would rather have Barkley, Mayfield, or Stafford this week. I think I'm gonna roll with Matthew Stafford. He's playing too consistent right now. Let's see. Ibuka or Nico rest of the season. I'm going to take Nico Collins. I do think that the breakout you've seen here is legit. I mean, this is the upside we always knew Nico had. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to channel that early in the year. Let's just hope Stroud can keep it going when he finally comes back. But you got another week out of General Mills here. So hopefully that Nico Collins production keeps on coming. James from 1993. What's up, James? I wonder what year you were born, bro. Is it worth to drop White for Tucker? Opponent has Irving. No, I view Rashad White and Tucker about the same. I think you're kind of just playing ping pong with that kind of move. We going Otten over Schultz. No, I'm probably gonna roll Schultz again, man. Davis Mills playing this week. Tough matchup against the Bills. I think they're gonna need to do what they can to move the ball. So I'm good playing Schultz here. Douglas, what's up, man? He says, thoughts on me giving up JSN and Alvin Kamara for JJ and Javonte Williams. Do you believe in JJ McCarthy and how the schedule gets easier? Look, no, I am not a JJ McCarthy believer. I'll put that out there right now. I'm not a JJ McCarthy believer at all. I've been completely and utterly a JJ McCarthy hater for the longest time, and there's receipts of that all over the internet, so you can go fact check me. I'm not hopping on no bandwagon. But no, I'm not a JJ McCarthy guy. I love JSN more than I love anything in this world outside of my girlfriend and my dog. And I do think that he is basically the most consistent wide receiver one. So I think you're going to be hard pressed to get me to move off JSN here. Now I do like getting Javonte Williams, but I don't think you can get me doing this deal. I'm not going to do this deal. Should I stash any of these wide receivers? Also, Douglas, just to add last piece of advice there, and why I'm saying that is, I love Alvin Kamara's playoff schedule. And I know the Saints haven't been like the shining glory over here, but let me just tell you that you could not have a better matchup as a running back for the playoffs than Alvin Kamara. So I think you'll get better production out of him as the time goes on. Check the purple, brother. All right, I'll check the purple. Dude, my chat is just not syncing on the purple app today. I am so sorry, guys. I am not sure what's going on, but I am going to work on it more tomorrow. And, oh, nope, we're back. Let's go. We're back. Thank God. Okay, sorry. Purple app was struggling, but now we're back. Riggs Monkey saying, how was the trip? Yeah, of course, man. Trip was fine. It was my sister's wedding in Mexico. It was nice. I officiated the ceremony. She had a great time. I kind of crushed the speech, so that was positive for sure. The only thing that was bad about it was I got Montezuma's revenge down in Mexico, guys. They food poisoned the hell out of me, and I've been down bad for the last few days. That's probably why I sound very low energy right now. Your boy's been just battling for his life out here. Yeah, that's where we've been at. But he says, how are we feeling on Henderson? Worried about Stevenson coming back? Yes, I am worried about Stevenson coming back, dude. Like, I'm absolutely worried about Ramondre coming back, and I just don't think Mike Vrabel's going to do the right thing here. So, let's see. I've got Third Eye saying, should I stash any of these wide receivers? Mike Evans, Reed, Ayuk, in PPR. Hold Benson over Tucker, Gainwell, Tootin. Yeah, you can hold Benson over Tucker. Well, yeah, you can hold him over Tucker. Any of the wide receivers you'd stash? No, I'm probably fine there. I'm probably fine. Back over on the purple app. What's up, guys? I've got Rigged Monkey. What's up, my man? He says, sell high? Yeah, I am selling high. I think I'm totally fine selling high here. So, yeah. All good with that. Okay, let's see. I've never heard the term Montezuma's revenge before. That's brutal. Yeah, man. I'm glad I could educate the people out here. And it says purple app? Yeah, purple app. T-Witch, man. Come through. Jacksonville or Raiders for defense this week? Probably going to go Jacksonville, man. Let's see. I traded Cam Scat for the team morale. That's funny. Let's see. What else do I got going on? All right, folks, if you're watching over on TikTok, I'll hop back over here. If you're not already following, drop a quick follow, and I will pin up your comments. But yeah, come check me out over on Twitch and on the Tube. Would love to have you guys over there. Miguel says Henderson or Swift this week, even if Stevenson comes back. Probably going to go Swift. Darnold or Jacoby. I'm going to go Darnold, but Jacoby's been playing well, man. But I am going to go Darnold. I just trust him a little more. Miguel, what's up? So we not answering my questions? All right. Mitch, I don't even see your questions, man. You must have been getting filtered out. I found it. Okay, he says, I was offered Marvin Harrison Jr. and James Cook for JT. We accepted or not? No, you're not accepting that at all, bro. No chance. JT is untradeable, more or less, okay? Let's see. Over on the Tube, I got Third Eye saying, do you guys cover IDP? Yeah, of course, man. I do IDP. Let me know what you got. I'll give you some suggestions. Just let me know what your IDP structure is, though. Like, is it linebackers, DBs, D-line, all the above? And if you have any, like, weird scoring stuff I should know about, I'll try to inform the best I can. If not, I'm just going to assume it's pretty standard. AJ Barner or Juwan Johnson? I'm going to go Barner, man. I just love what I'm seeing out of AJ. Trade Javonte for Flowers? No. I'm going to hold Javonte Williams, man. I think Javonte Williams is just, for value this year, probably one of the best, like, league-winning picks you've taken. RB9, top 10 production. You probably got him super late on. Let's see. Ice Spice fan, what's up, man? Back again, huh? He says, trade CD or Rice for Jamar. I'll trade CD for Jamar. The Holy Trinity says Wandale or Judkins in the flex. I'm going to go with Judkins here. Although I like the upside Wandale's been giving us in a PPR format, I do prefer Judkins. Art Cable, what's up? Dak or Purdy this week? Probably going to go Dak, man. I'm going to go Dak. I know it's Philadelphia, but those divisional matchups, they always seem to be a lot more difficult than people expect. And with the production you're getting out of George Pickens and stuff these days, him and CD combined, Jake Ferguson, there's enough weapons there that I'm not too concerned about it here. Let's see. I've got the Herb God. What's up, Herb Good? What's up? With Gadsden on bye and Laporta injured, I need help on waivers. On Theo Johnson, Loveland. I think you go Otten pretty comfortably here, honestly. I think Kate Otten's been showing you enough that you're totally fine just rolling with him at this point, and I'm really not tripping too hard over the rest of it. I mean, Theo Johnson's a fine option to take too. So, Third Eye says, should I hold B. Carter or should I drop him for Bernard? Probably just dropping him for Bernard at this point. Any chance you can make a trade for like Ernest Jones, dude? Like IDP league, he's kind of eating. He's been so productive on the pressures and everything else. Armand says, trade JT for Cook and Ibuka. No, it's just not enough. If I was getting Devontae Adams, I'd do that deal. Okay. Let's see. SOS, Jacksonville or Browns defense. I think I'm going to go the Browns. I'm going to go the Browns here. Trade Bijan and Ladd for Jamar and Cook. This one I'll take the Jamar and Cook side. I think it's just a significant enough, tier up here that I'm good with it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's Jacob says, yeah, I got you. It's Jacob. Well, there you go. I'm caught up on the chat. Everybody happy? Hopefully everybody's happy. Let's see. Hold B. Carter or drop him for T. Bernard, C. Simon, or C. Robinson. Tackles, 5 points, assists, or 3, 5 points, 10 points sack, forced fumbles, 7 points. Probably going to go Bernard. I don't love it, though, as I'm saying it. I Let's see. All right, I've got a couple folks here coming through. We've got a Nade saying Little or Carlson. I'm gonna go with Cam Little here. Brandon is saying trade downs for Montgomery. I'm gonna go with the Monty side here. Sean Tucker or Rico Dowdle. Easily Rico Dowdle, and it's not close here, so I'm easily going Rico Dowdle. Why has Jalen McMillan's price fallen so far? Honestly, recency bias, man. People consistently forget about players that just aren't on their radar, and yeah, because Jalen McMillan's been so hurt, dealing with the neck injury, and there's been other guys that have popped up in Tampa Bay that people are excited about, like Tez Johnson and obviously Ibuka and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin still being there. I think people just forget that Jalen McMillan is a very capable wide receiver, top 100 drafted wide receiver. Great season at University of Washington, really strong rookie campaign. He's got upside for sure. So I think Jalen McMillan is a sneaky buy in Dynasty still right now. So, yeah, if he's out there and people don't value him at all, I'd say go for it. Ken, Ryan, thank you guys for the follows, man. I'll pin your comments up right now. Appreciate you. He says, Ryan says, do I do Derrick Henry and Roma Dunze for Puka and Mayer, not Dynasty? I'll take the Puka side here. Isaiah is saying, drop Rashad for Emmanuel Wilson, Tucker, or Gainwell. I'd do it for Wilson. I think Wilson will give you a really good week here if you need a spot start. Ken, what's up, Ken? Ken says, Higgins for Lad. I'm basically a lock for the playoffs. Here's the thing. Higgins is going to have a huge week without Jamar Chase here. So I would just say hold him for one more week, Ken, and then I would just trade him after next week because there's almost a 0% chance that Higgins doesn't give you at least a solid production this week. And I just think next week you could maybe even drag somebody even higher here. Could you swap T. Higgins and then throw in a bench depth piece and go get Devontae Adams or something after that? So I think I'm just going to wait one more week, man. Let's be smart here. Adam says, do I accept Walker for A.J. Brown? I'd probably take Ken Walker at this point. I'm pretty done with A.J. Brown, to be honest. Is it bad to have Puka and Tay on the same fantasy team? No, absolutely not. I think, two guys that are giving you top 10 production, why would I be upset about it? You've got two top 10 wide receivers on your team. Isaac says, I traded Cook, Saquon, and Devontae for Genty, Warren, Rice, and Jefferson. Did I win? I traded Cook, Saquon, and Devontae for Genty, Rice, Warren. If this is redraft, no. I think it's pretty even, but I think I would have rather just had the starting side with Barkley. This is trade deadline in my league. Damn, that sucks. Charles says, is it? Oh, I got you, Charles, already, man. Guys, if you aren't already following here on TikTok, drop a quick follow and I'll pin some of your comments up and we'll jump into some answers. I'm gonna hop over to the YouTube chat really quickly. We've got McConkey on bye, Chase suspended. I need wide receiver help. I need 2 to start. I chance Pierce and Tez Johnson, keeping Johnson even with talks of Godwin coming back, or do I drop him for Mooney? I think I'm going to roll Tez Johnson. I don't think Godwin's coming back. And even if he does, he didn't look crazy productive on his first comeback, so I'm fine here. I think you're just rolling with what you got, man. Tez Johnson's been fine. Let's see. I need a running back too, rest of the season. White, Cook, Monungai. Should I drop for Gainwell? If anything, drop Monungai for Gainwell if Jalen Warren's going to be out this week, but let's monitor the injury updates. Should I drop Loveland or Schultz? I would drop Loveland over Schultz. Schultz has been far more consistent. Let's see. And Nad says, do you object to playing defense against other teams by picking up players they need? I don't object to it. It's just not something I really think too hard about, honestly, man. Juju says, do I start Diggs over Devonta Smith this week? Yeah, I do think Diggs is a must start at this point. Current value on Brian Thomas Jr., that's a great question. I mean, I still think Brian Thomas Jr. is worth like a 26 mid first, but I'm more of a believer than some. I think some people would be fine just, taking a late first for him and moving off of him at this point, but I think he's worth at least a mid first. Like, there's a lot of guys I like in this 26 class. Like, I like Boston, I like Tate, I like Tyson. There's some solid receivers out there, but I don't know if I'm taking any of them like way above Brian Thomas Jr. after what he did last year. It's Juju26 over on the tube. Thanks for coming through. Says, start Diggs or Devonta this week. Full point. I did say Diggs. I'm going to say Diggs here, Juju. Although I like Devonta Smith's upside a lot, but I'm going to go with Diggs. You starting Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts. I'm going to save you some trouble here. You're starting Josh Allen every single week, and you're never even asking the question again. Like Josh Allen is he is Josh Allen. He's him. I have JT. Who should I roster as the Colts handcuff? Giddens has been a healthy scratch. Yeah. You're still holding Giddens, but no one's going to get any usage here besides JT. Pick up Burrow. I have Daniel Jones. I mean, if he's sitting out there, you might as well just pick Joe Burrow up in the second he has a good week, flip him, package him in a trade if you've already got Danny Dimes. I'm sneaky. Nice. I've got Zero Chill out here dropping a follow. Now I can pin your comment up. Thank you. He says trade James Cook for Jamar Chase. Yeah, I'll take the Jamar Chase side here if you have other running back depth. Let's see. Waddle for Etienne. I'm going to take the Waddle side here. Mr. Avocado. Let's see. I'm going to jump between the chats here, guys. If you guys haven't already come through over on the T-Witch, would be happy to have you guys over here. I got Rexo asking, what do I do with Sean Tucker? I think you sell high. Immediately. I just think whether the mix of him splitting with Rachaad White still comes back into play, whether Bucky Irving comes back here from injury soon, you're just never going to get long-term massive production out of Sean. So I think this is your opportunity to probably just flip him here. That's what I'd be doing. Don't get greedy. Trade Jamar Chase. Phantom Jaguar says on the tube. No, I mean, like, why? He's going to miss 1 week. Are you panicking off missing him 1 week? Like, it depends on the situation of your team. Now, if you're fighting for the playoffs and, you're a Jamar Chase holder and you're lacking at a ton of other positions, sure, maybe I'll consider moving off Jamar Chase to get a haul and bring in a couple other guys that are going to be more consistent for me that, could give me a fighting chance at the playoffs. But I'm not just trading Jamar Chase for the fun of it, if that's what we're asking. J-Bone says, will Laporta be back for the fantasy playoffs redraft? I think if he comes back, it's week 2 of the playoffs, and at that point, I'm probably just not super interested in coming along with that. So, Phantom says, thanks for the reply. You're the man. Hey, Phantom, bro. Thank you for coming through, guys. If you guys aren't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, come through, man. We got live trade shows every single week with special guests. I'm live almost every single day for you guys. Only reason I missed the last few days is because I was officiating my sister's wedding in Mexico. But normally, your boy's here every single day for you. So, appreciate you coming through, man. I've got Burrito Master saying, pick 4 to stash off waivers. Deshaun Watson, Quinn Ewers, Trey Lance, Marshawn Lloyd, LaQuint Allen, Jordan Whittington, Cameron Johnson. Jesus. I'll stash Darnell Washington. I'll stash Cam Johnson. I'll stash Quinn Ewers and Trey Lance. I hate all those, though, dude. Oh, man. What's up? I've got Calvin. What's up, Calvin? Hey, we got some folks coming through the T-Witch now. J-Mo a buy right now. I'd be sending Etienne too much to get him. Tootin was getting a lot of workload last week. J-Mo's not a huge buy for me. I'm still not the biggest believer personally. I just don't love buying these like boom bust guys. I like guys that have like very consistent volume. I think if anything, maybe we could try to go buy Jalen Waddle, right now. If you could use Etienne to try to get to Waddle, I'd be thrilled on that. I've got a first time chatter here, Out Season. Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. He says, where are you with Dart and Dynasty? Trying to tear down, but I think I'm higher than the consensus. No, I'm very high on Jackson Dart and Dynasty, man. Very high on Jackson Dart. So I don't know if you're trying to tear off of him or if you're trying to buy him, but if anyone undervalues him, I think, yeah, swoop him up, dude. He's got tons of rushing upside, and looks like the Giants are going to, build that franchise around their new offense. Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, Malik Neighbors, and I think with guys like Wan'Dale Robinson and stuff still in the picture, like, you've got upside in that Giants team. So I like what I'm seeing out of him. Give me more context here out season. What are we working with, man? What are we working with? You're trying to buy Jackson Dart? You're trying to sell him? Like, where are we at with everything? Also, if you guys aren't already following, make sure you drop a quick follow. I'll try to pin some of these comments up across platforms here. Rexo says, drop Sean Tucker for Emmanuel Wilson. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with the Emmanuel Wilson side here. All right. Got some folks over on TikTok. I'm going to pin some of these up. Etienne and Pittman for Jay Jettis. No, I'm just going to hold the package. I don't trust JJ McCarthy. AR. I've got AR in here. Said, traded a late 26 first for Pickens. Thoughts on his value going into the playoffs? Yeah, love that. Love that, honestly. I think I'm good with that. Merrick, thanks for the follow, man. He says, trade Devonta Smith and Woody for Olave. Yeah, I'll do this deal. I do prefer Olave to Smith, but not by a lot. Okay, outseason says, trying to sell in down tier on a contender in order to compete in a Superflex league. Seems like my league is pretty low on him, though. Pretty low on Dart. Damn. Well, yeah, don't sell him then, man. I would just hold him. I mean, if you are trying to down tier, outseason, are you in the Discord already, man? Let me just see the whole roster. If you're not in the Discord, bro, let's do this. Go over to my website right now, man. It's dynastypricecheck.com. Just the exact, username that you're seeing here, .com. And let's just get you in the Discord. So go dynastypricecheck.com, and then on the homepage, you'll see a big button that says Join Free Discord. Just click that. Once you're in the Discord, you'll see a bunch of channels for, like, Dynasty and Redraft. If you just go to, like, Dynasty Discussion or Dynasty Roster Advice, post your roster in there, tag me, and just say, like, hey, man, I'm trying to down tier, get ready for the playoffs. I'm always in the Discord helping people out, so I can check you out. Plus, tomorrow we're doing a live chat in the Discord where you can just come break down your rosters with me and talk with me one-on-one, so you don't have to do it through a chat window. So, would love to have you in there, man. Love to have you in there. Rexo says, drop Parker Washington for Christian Watson. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that deal. I like Christian Watson better. Let's see. Hopping on back over to TikTok for a second. I got John saying, trade Ibuka and Olave for Jamar Chase. Yeah, I'll do that for Jamar Chase. I'm fine with that. Natty says, bro, trading Lamb for Chase, W or L? Yeah, I'll take Chase. Ladd or Henderson? I'll take Ladd. Jolt says, sorry. Whew. Jolt says, trade away Bucky for Jay Jettis. That's going to be a yes. I'm a little over waiting for Bucky here. What channel do you want it in again? Yeah, man, under Dynasty, just go into the Dynasty roster advice. Just do it there, and just give me your situation, Mr. Plorb, what's up, man? Says, Dynasty League, rest of the season, play Fannin or Pitts, or grab Barner on the waiver wire. I have to drop one, but I could get a late pick for Pitts. Also, I have Io Manor on Taxi, worth keeping there. Well, if you're not contending, then you could just leave Io Manor there and hold the roster spot. It's probably fine. If you are contending, maybe just for depth you want to use him, but I don't know how much, you need him. If you're contending, you're probably not going to be playing him anyway. But as far as rest of the season play, I'd probably be leaning the Fannin side over Pitts, but you said you could grab Barner. I'd take Barner. I think A.J. Barner's, a must-start guy at this point, which, might sound crazy, but Seahawks offense is nuts. Let's see. I got some folks over here. Mateo, thank you for the follow, man. Mateo says, do I trade Michael Pittman Jr., DK, K9 for Jay Jettis and Mooney? I'll take the package side here. Give me Michael Pittman Jr., DK, and K9. Am I worried about CeeDee Lamb? Am I worried about CeeDee Lamb coming off a 17.5-point performance when George Pickens put up 30? No, I'm not. I think CeeDee Lamb is totally fine. 17.6. He's been averaging since he's come back here just over 17 points per game. I don't have an issue with CeeDee Lamb. Let's see. Jacoby says start one. Adams, Sutton, Tet, Pearsall. It's going to be Devontae Adams always. I won't disrespect Devontae Adams like that. Devon, what's up, man? Thanks for coming through on the tube. He says Golden and Addison for Worthy in 2 seconds. To be frank, man, I'm probably going to just hold the Jordan Addison side here. I prefer Jordan Addison to Xavier Worthy. In the offseason, I had them being drafted right around the same range. Now I do not. I do have Jordan Addison pretty significantly above Xavier Worthy. And I don't think 2 seconds is really changing my mind on that. So I think I'm going to roll with the Addison side here. All right, let's see what else we got. I got folks over on TikTok saying, do I drop Jaden Daniels or Burrow? You're dropping Jaden Daniels. He's not playing the rest of the season, pal. Lost Mob says Pearsall, Alec Pierce, or Michael Wilson at the flex. Probably just going to go with Michael Wilson here. I think Jacoby Brissett's been playing really well, and I'm all good with that. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, folks. Let's see. Yoshi or Tinsley? Tinsley. I'm going to go Tinsley there. All right. Well, there you go. I've caught up on the chat. Let me know what else you guys are looking for here, and I'll jump into it. Guys, I will just take the moment since I've caught up on the chat to plug the YouTube a little bit. If you haven't already gone over to my YouTube page and checked it out and supported the trade show we got going on, we are doing a trade show every single week with a special guest. We're pulling all your trades from the Discord. We are trying to make sure everybody gets their questions answered. And it is an awesome, awesome place to be. It is what I'm working on super hard. And we are going to be bringing you multiple shows a week, every week. So if you haven't already, please hop on over there and drop a like, drop a comment. Be awesome. Just any support on those videos is huge for the program. I've got Rexo saying Ramondre Stevenson start this week. If you're in a deep format and you need running back depth, then yes. I will be also playing Ramondre Stevenson in several leagues this week. I got Keenan Allen was dropped in my league. Better pick up Keenan Allen or Christian Watson. I think Keenan Allen will be more consistent. I think Christian Watson has more like boom bust upside, but I'm going to go Keenan Allen there. Okay. Matt Hoffman, welcome in, man. Angel says, is Devontae Adams for Cook fair? Yeah, it's fair. I mean, you're talking about, Devontae Adams, who's top 10 wide receiver right now. James Cook is a top 10 running back right now. So you're just doing a positional swap. I would say whatever matters more to your team production is going to be which one you're going to take there. I have got no issue doing that. Let's see. I've got Jolt saying trade away Javonte and Sutton for Jay Jettis. So call me crazy, but I don't think I'm going to do this one. Javonte Williams is a top 10 running back right now, and I just think having running backs coming down the playoff stretch is going to matter so much. Like being able to replace Justin Jefferson's receiver production, which I know normally sounds crazy, is actually very doable right now. J.J. McCarthy's not that good, and Justin Jefferson's really, eating the bulk of that. And on top of that, there's plenty of running back injuries still to come, so I think I'd just rather have that. We got Jake Elliott or Santos. Jake Elliott there. Huge trade question. All right, Daniel James. This better be huge. Get in here. Let me know what the trade question is. I got you. Jolt says, is Javonte for Jay Jettis a 1-for-1 worth it? I got London out with Adams and Pittman at wide receiver. Yeah. Daniel James says, H-An for Buka and Henderson, asked. I have H-An. Absolutely fucking not. You can tell that guy to go kick rocks. You can't get me to move off Devon H-An for anything other than, like, a massive haul. Like, I'd need Devontae Adams plus James Cook, to move off him, and I'm just not going to do it. Thank you for the follow, Daniel. But appreciate your questions, man. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, make sure you hop in the Discord. Then you get access to me in the Trade Center at all times of the day and night. And you don't have to rely on only catching me in the streams. Would love to have you guys over on the Discord. You can join nice and easy through the website that's pinned on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com. Just click join free Discord, or just send me a direct message. It says Discord, and I'll send you a invite link. I've got Tingra saying I was just offered 2 late 26 firsts and a 27 second for Trey McBride super flush tight end premium. What's your tight end premium here, Tingra? Is it 2.0? Is it 1.5? Is it 1.75? If it's 1.5, I will do this deal. Yes, if you're not a contender. If it's anything above that, I just don't think you can get me to move off Trey McBride unless, like, you really need a lot. 1 point plus a 0.5 PPR regular. Gotcha. So it is a full point tight end premium. Only way I do this deal is if I'm just, like, in complete rebuild. But even then, I don't know. I'm just going to say no. I don't think it's enough, man. I don't think it's enough because in that format, Trey McBride is, like, going to outscore most of your wide receivers, I would assume. If it's only a half point PPR and you're getting 1.5, like, I just don't think that's enough. Let's see. What's up, X or ZX? He says, how we doing tonight, fellas? My energy's a little low, not going to lie. Coming off some pretty bad sickness from Mexico. Got some Montezuma's revenge out there, but trying to recover for you guys, get back on the stream grind. Bam Knight or Isaiah Davis. I'll go Bam Knight. Tingra. Also, man, get in the Discord, bro. Are you in the Discord? Get in the Dynasty Trade Center and post these questions in the Dynasty Trade Center. Include your roster and the scoring settings, and we'll help you craft a far better trade. Ismail, what's up, man? He says, Fannin or Theo Johnson this week. I think I'm going to go Theo Johnson. Okay, Daniel James says, so would you do Devontae Adams and Hendo for H-Chan is what you were saying? No, I said Devontae Adams and James Cook. I know that sounds wild, but, dude, like, H-Chan is god tier. I'm not really moving off of him. I don't know why you're so keen to move off him. Like, do you have a ton of running back depth? Like, do you really need wide receivers? Like, what's the situation in your team? Why are we moving off H-Chan? Shakir or Addison? This one is going to be Jordan Addison. Even though I don't like J.J. McCarthy much, I just trust Jordan Addison more as a talent. I think Bucky will be back. I honestly have no idea what to think on Bucky. I don't think so. I think they'll give him another week, or even if they work him back in, it'll be more in a limited capacity, which is unfortunate. I think the thing you got to remember with Bucky Irving is just, like, he's a workhorse back. He catches passes. He takes a lot of hits. Like, I just feel like bringing Bucky back early is just not going to be a good thing for him. Yes, it is barcode. My bad. Sorry, bro. I'm down bad right now. I'm so tired and so sick. All jokes aside, could we be looking at Fant for a possible 1 week play with Jamar suspended? Absolutely, man. I mean, Noah Fant's been more than a 1 week play. Like, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure Noah Fant's given you, like, top 15 production this year. And he's been a call out of mine often. Top 25. But honestly, man, Noah Fant's been a fine streaming option. So I'm totally good playing Noah Fant. In fact, I play Noah Fant in a lot of leagues, especially tight end premium leagues. Let's see. Is Darnell Mooney a top waiver grab? Yeah, I mean, definitely with Drake London out, I think it's fine. Kenneth Gainwell, a good start if Warren is out. Yeah, if Warren's out, absolutely. Warren's out, absolutely. Nikki, what's up, saying? He says, you think Waddle and Warren plus RB2 for Nico and Chase Brown is a solid trade? Waddle and Warren plus a RB2 for Nico and Chase Brown. Well, it depends on who the RB2 you're saying is. Yeah, it's a fine trade, but yeah, it's a fine trade. I want to know more about it, but yeah. Chris Rodriguez or Benson rest of the season? Benson. I'll go Benson there. Bucky's playoff schedule looks amazing. Yeah, you know who else's playoff schedule looks amazing? Alvin Kamara. Let's see. If someone dropped Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix is my quarterback opinion. Well, dude, Jaden Daniels is just not going to play the rest of the year. So I know. Like, if you're asking me if I should pick him up, that's going to be a no. All right, guys. Well, we hit you with a stream today. I'm finally feeling a little bit better. It's probably all I got in me for now. So I'm probably going to hop off here. But if you guys haven't already hopped over to the YouTube and checked out the YouTube show, would be greatly, greatly appreciative for your support over there. Would absolutely love to get some likes and comments on the trade show. Let me know what guest you guys want to see on next as we break down some more Dynasty trades for you. Be freaking awesome. Y'all have been fantastic and supportive while I've been sick here, and it's nice to be back. No, Fake Joe, what's up, man? I'll get you real quick, man. He says, thoughts on giving up Gibbs for Jacobs and Judkins? I am going to be all good with going, is this Dynasty or redraft, Joe? I have the playoffs secured. Is it Dynasty or redraft, though? Like, is it just standard fantasy football, or is it a Dynasty league? Redraft. If you need running back depth, then yes, because I do think Josh Jacobs is only going to be out for a week or two, and then he's going to be ready to roll for the playoffs, and then like you have two guys who can start. But I'm curious to see what the rest of the roster looks like. Joe, are you already in the Discord or not, man? You have JT, Benson, and AJ. Dude, I don't know. I don't think you are. Yeah, put it in the redraft trade section, obviously, and just tag me, and I'll try to hop on in there. But honestly, man, I think I'm probably just holding Gibbs here. Like, I don't hate making this deal because it does give you more options, but if you have JT and Gibbs going into the playoffs and you have them secured, I don't know why we're trying to, like, force too much, you know? Hooligan, what's up, man? Thank you for the follow. Thanks for finding me on the T-Witch, man. He says, all right, so I got Pickens, Rice, Abuka, Jameson Williams. Who are you benching? I used 3 wide receivers because of the flex. Yeah, I got you. You're playing Pickens, Rice, and Abuka. I think the thing is Jameson Williams here, you know, obviously has been giving you some decent production recently, but he's pretty boom bust, and I just think I'm taking the more consistent options on a weekly basis for now. Like, the issue with Jameson Williams is just that, you know, again, two boom bust. But I know you're going to go out there and say, well, Buka hasn't been very consistent too. It's true. He hasn't been great, so, you know, I can't knock you too much there, but Fake Joe says, just got a little worried about Gibbs' playoff schedule. I could see that, but again, like, I don't normally let the scheduling come in too much here. Like, you know, the Rams this week, right? Week 1 of the playoffs, he gets the Rams. Well, you don't think the Lions-Rams is going to be a high-scoring game? I mean, hell, Kenneth Walker just put up 21 points against the Rams, and, like, Ken Walker ain't been doing shit all season. So, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs can put up points, and, you know, Pittsburgh Steelers, they've allowed plenty of points, and then, you know, Minnesota's pretty ass too. So I think that's all fine there. You know, all fine. Rexo says, got Waddle on bye. Start Rome, Robinson, Addison, Worthy. I'll start Rome here. Oh, 2 out of the 3. I'll go Rome, and I'll go Addison here. Do I bench Jalen Warren and put in David Montgomery, or do I bench Judkins? You're definitely not benching Judkins. But I will say, if you need to bench Jalen Warren, it'll be because of injuries, and yeah, you're just going to have to monitor the injury updates here as you go along. Phantom says, would you keep Shaheed or drop him for Emmanuel? Look, I still think Shaheed's got better days ahead of him here. But I will say that, Emmanuel Wilson, especially this week, is probably going to be very productive. So if you need like a 1-week spot start, I think you could probably just pick up Wilson, and then anytime you need to go back and get Shaheed, I bet he's still out there for you. Okay, I got bro, help, serious question, please. Abuka and Kyron for St. Brown. I'd take the St. Brown side here, personally. Chase Brown for Olave. I have JT and Javonte. This is a wide receivers are Flowers, Sutton. Yeah, you have to, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately you have to. I was going to say don't do this trade, but like you don't have a choice. Your wide receivers are complete and utter ass. Heem. What's up, Heem? Says, is it smart to start Nico and Woody in the same lineup? I don't love starting Woody, but I'm okay with it. Like I'm fine playing Nico with another Davis Mills start here. We've got Dak, Stafford, or Mayfield. I think you're rolling with Stafford, man. Stafford's been so consistent, so I think you just got to roll with what's been giving you solid production here. Okay, guys, we've been live an hour and a half. I am still very sick, and just wanted to make sure I got on and came at you guys today because we've been a little MIA here, sick, and then traveling. So I will be back again tomorrow, back on the stream schedule, seeing you twice a day, every single day. If you guys haven't already hopped in the Discord, come on and hop in the Discord. It's easier for me to type questions right now while my voice is all down and I'm a little sick. So we'd be happy to help you guys further in there. Just visit my website, dynastypricecheck.com. It is linked on wherever you are following or watching me. Then click on the homepage button that says Join Free Discord, and you can ask me as much questions as you want in there. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a live Discord hangout tomorrow and Thursday where you guys can all just hop in on the voice chat, talk to me directly. It'll just be like a conversation. It'll be super fun. You don't have to battle through these chat bots and just talk ball with me. It's gonna be a blast. Thursday we're gonna be watching the Thursday night football game. I'm excited about it. So if you guys want a good place to stream all the games and not have to worry about Sunday ticket and illegal streams and whatever, we'll just be broadcasting them in the Discord for you guys and hanging out as a bunch of dudes enjoying fantasy football. So come through. Great place to be. I appreciate your guys' support. If you haven't already started following me across platforms, whether it's on the T-Witch, or if you're on YouTube, or if you're on TikTok, greatly appreciate the support there. And Patrick saying Discord link won't work. Yes, it will, Patrick. You're just opening it through the TikTok browser, and the TikTok browser sucks. So make sure you go and join through a normal browser. So just open it through Chrome or Edge or Safari or whatever else you use. And if that still doesn't work for you, pal, just send me a direct message that says Discord here on TikTok, and I'll make sure I get you an invite link. Outside of that, guys, very much appreciate all the support we've been getting here. And last thing I'll plug is please go check out the Dynasty Trade Show on YouTube. Drop a comment, drop a like. Would mean the world to me. We're really trying to grow that and get more special guests on for you guys. So thanks again for all the support, guys. And if you're looking for more help on your teams, I'll see you in the Discord. Take care, everybody.